Hello there, good evening. Welcome to the first look north of the week on the programme tonight. A former soldier is jailed for life for killing his wife in Bradford and then going to the pub. Michelle Eggy-Bailey's parents say the sentence brings them no closure. Also tonight, anger from residents and traders as parking charges are introduced in 6 towns that used to be free.
Fair on us, it's not fair on all of the other independent businesses in Rothwell. The fact that we're now having to pay to come to work is quite infuriating.
A 36-hour rescue operation to save 3 men trapped in a cave during Storm Amy. And the kindness of strangers, donors from around the world skate in to help a teenage hockey player after his disability sledge was stolen.
After that very windy and unsettled weekend, it's been nice to see some sunshine, a bit of strength in that sun this afternoon. But what about the rest of the week? Don't forget that detailed forecast.
Hello there, I hope you had a lovely weekend. It's good to have your company this evening. A former soldier who murdered his partner and then went to the pub has been jailed for life. Bradford Crown Court heard Stephen Lawton took revenge on Michelle Eggy-Bailey, blaming her for a drink drive arrest. The attack happened last year when she was asleep or unconscious on the bed and, as the court heard, defenceless. Tom Ingle reports.
Stephen Lawton is 46 years old. He's a former soldier, once court-martialed for indecent assault. On the 10th of March this year, he fatally stabbed his partner, 54-year-old Michelle Eggy-Bailey, in the neck as she lay on the bed at their home on Airedale Avenue in Bradford. She was either unconscious or asleep. Bradford Crown Court heard they had both been drinking. Lawton said he suffered post-traumatic stress disorder after his time in the army and claimed she had made insulting remarks. After stabbing her, he then sent a text to a friend saying, "I need a mate. I've done something beyond stupid." He then left the house and went to the pub to see if his friend was there. It was only the next morning he called police. He admitted manslaughter but was tried and convicted of Michelle's murder last month. Days before the killing, Lawton had been arrested for drink driving. Passing sentence, the judge said Lawton blamed Michelle for that arrest, and he said this was an act of revenge. You took a knife from the kitchen and took it to the bedroom to kill her. This was the brutal killing of a vulnerable, defenceless woman. He rejected claims Michelle had been abusing Lawton. In a statement, Michelle's mother and stepfather said, "The traumatic ending of Michelle's life will remain with us always. This violent attack and murder of our daughter, committed by Stephen Lawton, may have concluded with his conviction, but as Michelle's parents, this brings us no closure." The judge concluded this was a final act of violence in a relationship where Michelle had often complained to police about Lawton's behaviour, but never taken matters further. Stephen Lawton will now serve at least 16 years from today before he is considered for parole. Tom Ingle, BBC Look North, Bradford Crown Court.
Next tonight, residents and business owners in towns around Leeds have told us they're angry after charges were introduced at car parks that used to be free. Car parks in Wetherby, Horsforth, Garforth, Rothwell and Guiseley are all affected, and the council says it needs the money to pay for improvements. But it comes as Wakefield Council tries a different approach. Ollie Constable is in Garforth for us now. Ollie, I do hope you've paid.
Absolutely, Amy. Yeah, that's right. Doing this job, you drive all over the county. That usually means paying for parking in towns and city centres. But here in Garforth, in Leeds, this once free car park is no more. You still get an hour free, but anything longer than that, and you're going to have to pay. These new machines have popped up across those 6 locations, meaning that if you are wanting to park all day, it is going to cost you. And there are concerns from local businesses that it means that it could drive away any potential high street revival.
You could have a look around the shops, you could go get something to eat. You shouldn't have to pay to come to work and you shouldn't have to pay to just have a look around some shops.
Mia works in Rothwell in the southeast of Leeds.
She parks her car here for free in the Marsh Street car park. But now she'll have to pay.
It's not fair on us, it's not fair on all of the other independent businesses in Rothwell that have been running for years and years and years. I mean, the fact that we're now having to pay to come to work is quite infuriating. I mean, we're going to have to start paying close to £600 a year.
Mechanic Andrew runs a garage directly next to the car park. He feels Leeds City Council has ignored the pleas of local businesses.
I've been worrying about it for a long time. All the local business owners are of the same mindset where they should work alongside the council and vice versa, whereas there's like an us and them attitude now. It's like they don't seem to be bothered about the consequences.
This is one of 6 car parks in Leeds where pay machines have popped up as the City Council tries to plug a multi-million-pound budget gap. Horsforth, Guiseley, Garforth and 2 sites in Wetherby will now be chargeable. The first hour is free, rising to a daily cost of £3.65. On the High Street, and Sub-Postmaster Mohammed is also concerned.
1 hour is not a long time, and if they're paying parking charges, they might as well just go into Leeds City Centre. There should be a special parking permit for those who work here. The car park has enough spaces to accommodate us and customers. It's never overcrowded.
The council said they are facing unprecedented budget challenges impacting all their service areas and introduced the charges to be able to fund improvements and maintenance of the car parks. But in neighbouring Wakefield, the opposite is happening. Shoppers and workers will now be able to park for free for 2 hours in council car parks. It'll cost the authority £1.8 million in lost revenue, a small price to pay, according to Councillor Morley.
It's something that shopkeepers have been asking for, local residents have been asking for. We know how difficult the high street is these days with the challenges they're facing, so it's a range of measures, but we do believe free car park is one that will really hit home and help quite a lot of people across the district.
Both councils recognise that free parking can help support high streets at a time when shopkeepers and drivers are feeling the pinch. Ollie Constable, BBC Look North.
You are watching Monday's Look North, still to come on tonight's programme. Calls for more support to help people bringing up children while also looking after older relatives. These pictures tell it all, don't they? Mountain rescuers in North Yorkshire have thanked more than 100 volunteers after a major operation to help 3 men who were trapped in a cave. The operation started near Kettlewell in the Yorkshire Dales on Thursday night and took 36 hours. The Upper Wharfdale Fell Rescue Association says the conditions were atrocious, with heavy rain, flooding and strong winds. Nathan Turvey is with some of the team now. Nathan, a very lucky escape by the sounds of it.
Absolutely, Amy. Yeah, you join me at the Upper Wharfdale Fell Rescue Association headquarters. It's a busy night here tonight because they have a debrief and also an awful lot of kit to clean up. 100 volunteers plus involved in this rescue, so that's a lot of stuff to dry off, particularly with how wet it was. Let me show you the drying room. I could do one of these at home. This is where literally they are drying the kit and the other equipment that was used during the rescue. It's very warm in there. A nice place to go and sort of warm up. Now we're going to talk to Claire. Claire is joining us. She was overseeing the operation over the weekend from above ground. So Claire, this was a huge operation. Just explain a bit more about what happened.
So we had a call out for 3 overdue cavers, and we went and sent our initial teams in, and it soon became clear just how big an operation it was. Called in our 3 adjacent teams and extended cavers, so 119 people altogether.
Yeah, 119 is a lot of people. So how does this compare to other rescues you've been involved in?
Huge. I've never done a caving call out or even led one, so quite a big deal for me, but also lots of other teams involved, but it was fantastic how well we worked together. Brilliant
example of teamwork. Let's talk to someone else here who is called Richard, who was underground for 18 hours. Can't imagine that, 18 hours underground, Richard. Just explain what it was like for you and how difficult it was quickly.
It was a very arduous rescue. In a nutshell, It's a seemingly simple looking passage that joins two caves, Providence Pot to Dale Cave, and it's anything but. I like to think of it when I'm going through there as a cave of two halves or a passage of two halves. 800-yard chamber, which is exactly what it is. It's 800 yards along the passage. It's about the halfway point. And the first section of it is like a water obstacle course, and the second half of it is full of narrow rifts that can blow out in wide sections, big difficult drops and so on.
It sounds terrifying. Very quickly, the guys that you rescued, they're safe and well now, though, aren't they?
They are safe and well now. We found them in a nice, safe location, and by the time we actually got down the pitches and so on, we had to come back and reverse the entire length of the system, exhausting them. They were tired when we found them. They were exhausted when they got out.
I bet they were.
And one of them has just sent us a message. He's well, he's doing well, he's in hospital, he's still being monitored, but is due for release fairly soon.
Well, that's
very
good news,
pleased about that.
Great news. It's a great example, actually, of teamwork here in the Yorkshire Dales, and good news that those cavers are safe and well.
Gosh, indeed. Thank you, Nathan. A major rail route linking York and Leeds will see more than a month's worth of disruption after Christmas. Improvements are due to be carried out on the route around Church Fenton as part of the Transpennine route upgrade. The line will be closed from the 25th of December to the 2nd of January, with trains diverting via Castleford for a further 3 weeks. A protest has been taking place over plans to cut down trees to make way for a bus lane. Kirklees Council agreed in June to introduce the bus lane between Oakenshaw and the Chain Bar roundabout at Cleckheaton, despite opposition from residents who say they were never consulted. The council says it's committed to mitigating any loss of trees, and the bus lane is part of a wider scheme to tackle congestion.
It's unneeded. There is no requirement for it because of the one bus service. 2 buses an hour run through here, 3 at a push when the buses aren't cancelled. The effect it's going to have here is it's going to have a severe impact on the ecology, the wildlife, the birds and everything that use this route.
Now, if you look after elderly relatives, you know that it's a real juggling act. There are now calls for more support to help people who are bringing up children, whilst also looking after the elder people in their lives. It's known as sandwich carers, and research shows there are around 1.4 million people juggling work and dual caring responsibilities. Over 600 people a day leave their jobs due to caring responsibilities, and the majority of sandwich carers are women aged between 45 and 64. But caring responsibilities can take a real toll on well-being, as Phil Bodmer has been finding out in Harrogate.
Hi. Hello. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Medical matters with Mum and Dad.
Got this cardiology appointment.
Okay.
To check if his medication can be increased or not.
Right, okay.
For Becky, managing the health and wealth of ageing parents, living 85 miles away, and bringing up a family of 3 children, all under the age of 10, is a daily reality more of us are dealing with. According to the Office for National Statistics, some 1.4 million people are juggling dual caring roles as part of the so-called sandwich generation.
It's really hard to navigate because you've got somebody whose physical health is deteriorating whilst you've got children whose physical health is massively limitless and boundless, and you need to manage your time really well. You need to manage your reactions. It's
Is there a sense of compromise here? Because does it make you feel guilty if you prioritise the children? If you prioritise the parents, does then you think, well, I'm neglecting the kids?
Yeah, I have that all the time. Yeah. Lots of guilt, lots of fear that I'm not doing the right things.
But how do you feel around sort of supporting your mum with that conversation?
Sherry King worked full-time for the NHS while raising 3 children and caring for her mum, who had Alzheimer's. She now runs a support service to help others like Becky navigate the challenges of care.
So we work with organisations to support employees who are caring for parents and juggling that with work, and that's actually 1 in 5 people that affects. It's almost a silent, hidden issue in the sandwich generation that it's very common for people to feel that they're the bottom of the pile but they're very much carers for everybody else, and that they come last at the end of it.
Should I be looking at a secondary school where my parents live so that we all move down there? But can I really realistically move a family of 5 from North Yorkshire down to Derbyshire? Can I move my parents up here? Can we afford to all live together? Can I afford mentally to look after everybody?
For those who find themselves sandwiched between the generations, making choices that keeps everyone happy are far from straightforward.
Okay, love you too. Speak to you later.
Take care now.
Bye. Bye.
Phil Bodmer, BBC Look North, Harrogate.
You know, I think that's something that a lot of people will relate to. So what measures would help and what advice is there? Helen Walker is from the charity Carers UK.
We need to look at social care in the round to make sure that there is adequate support for the people that you're caring for when you're not able to be there. I think there's also a piece about working carers, so we need flexibility within the workplace. We already have 5 days unpaid carers leave. I think you could upgrade that to 5 days paid carers leave. Well, I think if people are looking for support, the first place they should look is where their local carer centre is, and they will be able to signpost to what local support is available. The other thing I would say is to look at the Carers UK website. We have a wealth of information on that website, which will help you to navigate the system, that will help you to understand what you're entitled to and what you can ask for.
I'm sure we'll come back to this story as well in the coming months. Sport now with Sally and Hannah Cockcroft. There's no stopping that woman, is there?
There is not, though. This is great news. Yes, Hannah Cockcroft, also known as the Halifax Hurricane, won her 3rd gold medal at the World Para-Athletics Championships in New Delhi, taking her total to an incredible 19 world titles. Having already won the T34 100-metre and 400-metre races, she completed the hat-trick in the 800 metres in a championship record time of 1 minute 49 seconds, 13 seconds ahead of the competition, proving that after 14 years of competing internationally, she's still in a class of her own.
I'm feeling tired and a little bit hungry. I've struggled with food out here, but other than that, yeah, I'm happy. I'm really satisfied with the 800 that I finished on as my last race. It was a really strong push, a really confident push. So yeah, I kind of feel like I finished on a high, did exactly what I came out here to do, which is always the best news. Going off on a little holiday, because it's actually my wedding anniversary today as well. So we're flying straight off for a few days away, and then straight back to see all the family and the friends and share the medals.
To football now, and Leeds United suffered their first league defeat at Elland Road for more than a year. They were beaten 2-1 by Tottenham Hotspurs. Sheffield Wednesday suffered a heavy 5-0 loss at home to Coventry City in a game that was interrupted by a pitch invasion as fans protested against the ownership of Dapon Chanziri. The match was paused in the 10th minute when a small number of Owls fans entered the pitch after a week that saw wages delayed for the 5th time in 7 months. We spoke to some Wednesday fans after the game. They were divided on the protest tactics, but united in wanting Chanziri to go.
You risk losing your season ticket if you got on pitch, so we still want to be there.
But support what they did?
Yeah, support what they did, 100%.
It was embarrassing, really. There should have been more on pitch, but what do you expect? People aren't going to take that risk ever, so we just need him out. There's no more to it other than get him gone.
I come every Saturday from Kent, and I think pitch invasion, what was it for? No point. That's my personal opinion.
I think the more we protest, the more it digs his heels in. So it's about time that the EFL could get Chancery out and we could get a new owner for the club.
We want Chancery out. We definitely want him out. It's toxic all the way through and he needs to go.
In Rugby League, there was no fairy tale ending to the season for the York Knights as they lost out to Toulouse by 8 points to 10 in the Championship Grand Final. The Knights scored 2 unconverted tries, but Toulouse won by scoring 5 penalty goals. Head coach Mark Applegarth admits the loss stings, but he's taking it on the chin.
You know, we've had many a game where them moments have come off for us and we're going to have to suck one up and, you know, deal with a game where it's not come off for us, and you know, that's beauty of sport in a nutshell, isn't it? There's key moments that define games, and I thought Toulouse nailed their key moments this week, and you know, you've got to congratulate them for that.
And there have been mixed fortunes for the Sheffield Steelers this weekend with 2 games in the Elite Ice Hockey League. The Steelers had a decisive 6-1 win over Dundee on Saturday, but lost 3-2 against Glasgow Clan on Sunday. Their next home game is in the Challenge Cup at the Arena this Wednesday. That's been brought forward a week, where they face off against the Nottingham Panthers. And speaking of ice hockey, I think you've got another lovely ice hockey related story.
I do, and actually this is a heartwarming story. Thanks, Sal. Because when the car thieves struck a match in Sheffield last month, they caused massive upset and disruption for a 13-year-old boy called Matthew. Thieves had stolen his disability sledge. He said he'd never felt pain like it. But thanks to kind donors around the world, the story does end well, as Kathy Killick reports.
There's one of my sticks. It's amazing.
It's fair to say 13-year-old Matthew is a huge ice hockey fan. So much so he started playing it himself, although it's not easy, as Matthew has cerebral palsy, which affects the left side of his body. But being on the ice is transformative.
It feels like heaven. It's helped me with my core because I never used to be able to ride a bike, and now I can. It's helped me with my muscles and helped get me stronger. And it's helped me mentally as well with, like, I feel more relaxed and I feel like I can talk to people more now because I'm surrounded by a lot of people on the ice.
Matthew plays for the Sheffield Steel Kings para ice hockey team. He has serious ambitions to play for Team GB and uses a custom-built sledge from Canada. But late last month, disaster struck when his mum's car was stolen and in the boot was his sledge.
My heart sank. I've never felt pain like it. It felt like someone just stabbed me in the back.
It's very specialised and it's specially built for each player, so when something like that goes missing, it's very difficult to replace, and they are very expensive as well.
The family set up a Just Giving page to replace it without much hope, but the ice hockey fraternity around the world has come to the rescue, donating enough for a new sledge and extra funds to help future disabled players.
It's been really overwhelming, the generosity of people. For me and Matthew, we've had quite a few tears. And yeah, we've hit the £1,000.
Yeah, I feel amazed. It's made me feel a bit upset at times, but like a happy upset. It's made me feel like I'm got something to live for now.
A happy ending to a dark chapter. Kathy Killick, BBC Look North, Ouston Ferry.
You know, there is some good in the world, isn't there? I'm so glad it ended well for Matthew. Hello there, sunshine.
How are you doing?
It has been out today, hasn't it?
How was your trip to Ireland? I bet that was
cold and windy.
A bumpy flight back to Leeds, I bet it was.
It definitely was, but you know what? We got back from Dublin to Leeds in 20 minutes.
Unbelievable. Well, it was a 200-knot jet stream on your backside, so I'm not... 20 minutes is incredible.
Super fast.
Right,
anyway, have we got a forecast?
Enough of this small talk. What a lovely day it's been. 18, 19 degrees. That's nice on the canal in Ripon, isn't it? A beautiful picture sent in by Hazel. And the next picture, I'm sure there it is, Brimham Rocks, which I think was actually shut over the weekend, or part of the weekend, because of the strong winds, but it's back open now. Beautiful part of the world there in Summer Bridge. If you've got any pictures you'd like to send in on X, on Instagram, or the Weather Watcher website, please do so. Now, the general thrust of the forecast over the next week to 10 days is a lot of fine and settled weather. It looks as though we're going to head into a lovely autumnal spell. We've got 1 weak cold front, though, that will thicken cloud, bringing a little drizzle to the Pennines later tomorrow, a bit of drizzle overnight, and then once that clears, Wednesday looks sunny, and high pressure then comes in from the west, so really negligible amounts of rainfall, and it may well be with us more or less until the 3rd week of October, which is great news. There's a satellite picture then. The best of the sunshine has been across the eastern areas. 18, 19 for us, minus 21 in Lincolnshire this afternoon, so it's a lovely evening out there. Overnight, variable cloud. That cloud might be thick enough for a bit of drizzle over the Yorkshire Dales, but most of us will be fine and relatively mild for October. We're looking at temperatures around 10 or 11 degrees. So tomorrow's high water times, another lovely day along the coast, Filey 4:42 and again at 5:20. So most of us dry and bright with variable cloud and some sunshine in the morning. There's that weak cold front I talked about, bringing some drizzle, patchy light rain, basically West Yorkshire Pennines northwards to the east of here. Even though it will cloud over, it should stay generally dry. Temperatures around 17 Celsius, 63 Fahrenheit. Now look at this for a further outlook. Wednesday through to the weekend and next week, it's dry, variable cloud, but some sunshine around. All good news, Amy?
Gorgeous. It does lighten the mood, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Bit of autumnal sun. That's it from us. Join me for the late news at 10:30. Bye-bye for now.